Wow. Claressa Shields' great granny home. She's in danger of losing it on her very own street. In this video, I'm going to break it down and let you know everything. And the prognosis isn't good. Let's get unpacked. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxing Ego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Things just aren't shaping up for Claressa Shields. Her great granny has passed. Rest in peace to her great granny. And now that family home is pretty much up for grabs. So in this video, I will unpack and go over all the details. Now, I do have a PSA. If you guys were on my live stream, I told you I had a video regarding Claressa Shields that was going to blow the lid off of the whole thing. I stayed on the stream for 5 hours with you guys. It was a great and productive stream. We made a lot of money. We laughed a lot. We got the content out. But that 5 hours, man, by the time I was done, and then when I went to work on the video, it just wasn't going to happen. For one, I have to pull documents. What I do is different. I'm doing real investigative journalism, and sometimes, like for a deep dive, what that video is going to be is I have to pull documents, which costs money, right? So it just wasn't coming out today, right? Because I don't believe in just putting it out just for the sake of putting it out. So I do have this video for you guys instead, but stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. That other deep dive will be out, but I just need more time. Now, Claressa Shields, man. And if you guys want to support the channel so I can free up my time, do more deep dives, support links are below. Shout out to everybody for the Cash Apps and the Zelles and the PayPals and all that. This helps us be a well-oiled machine so I could pull documents and do these deep dives and go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, which I know is what a lot of people like. My content is different. A lot of people, you know, they wait for me to put content out and then just repeat and rehash and give their own version of events. Now, today's video, Claressa Shields, I haven't seen a fall from grace like this in possibly ever, right? So her great granny has passed, and now that family home is in limbo. Her cousin Shalita made a GoFundMe, right? What you see here. Support Shalita in keeping her family property. Now, a lot of you owe cousin Shalita an apology because people were saying she was doing this for clout and it wasn't true. But we now find out that the house is up for auction. Shalita on her YouTube has a video of it, right? So she made this GoFundMe. But I'm not going to get into that fully. If you want to support, she has all the means to do that on her page, right? But she's trying to keep her grandma, Claressa Shields' great grandma, home in the family, right? But she said, I'm raising funds to help purchase my family's property located on, and I redacted the address. You don't need the number, but peep this, where it says Spencer Street in Flint, Michigan. So this house you see is on Spencer Street in Flint, Michigan. Why is that important? Because that is the same street that Claressa Shields had named after her for being a champion and being one of the greats to come from that region. Here's an article from 2022 commemorating her. One of the greatest things to ever happen, Flint renames a street after Claressa Shields. Wow. The quote, look at the opening line. The GWOAT has taken over Spencer Street once again. You guys see it on your screen. Spencer Street, which is where the Great Granny house is. I mean, right before a fight, I find all this stuff to be terrible. The city gave Spencer Street an honorary street name of Claressa Shields. The sign was unveiled during a block party ceremony in Juneteenth. So, not only did Claressa have a street named after her, that very street is the street that her great granny's house is being foreclosed on. Unbelievable. And here's another picture, right? You see where it says Spencer Street. That is the street name, now known as honorarily known as Claressa Shields Street, right? That has the whole foreclosure. And here's a picture of her ex-fiance, Tony Rich, and her, you know, when she got the actual ceremony. Previously, she put out a tweet, and it said, "This is something that I cherish. Having a street named after at the age 28 was just insane." And I'm just reading it verbatim. "My grandma would be proud." Now, I'm not sure if she's referring to the great granny or another grandma or whatever, but ultimately it doesn't matter. So, yeah, to me, this is absolutely terrible for Claressa Shields, that you have a great granny who purchased this property probably decades ago, right? And there's been some drama, you know, but for the most part, it looks like you have retained ownership of it up until recently. You even had your ex-best friend, Nigeria, living there, right? But now there's probably water bills and, you know, past due bills and taxes. And from what I understand, Claressa Shields at a point in time renovated it, like put money into it to like rehab it, right? So you dump money in, and this is the final outcome. Now your family member is having to do a GoFundMe, and you're beefing with that family member. Now they're having to do a GoFundMe to try to retain possession. So the video on cousin Shalita's page, she calls, right? And it's just sad, man. What you want me to do? I'm sorry. It's sad that this family has let it come to this, right? Arguing in-house amongst each other. And why am I placing this on Claressa Shields? Now, full disclosure, it's not only Claressa Shields' responsibility to keep the house. I want that to be clear, right? Because it sounds like they have a big Wayans family where there's a lot of people. So yeah, other people should be able to contribute to have done something and helped it. But I'm a realist, and realistically speaking, it really sounds like this is a rough area, and, you know, not too many people make it to the higher level, right? They don't teach you real estate in school, like regular school, right? So unfortunately, when you're dealing with impoverished communities, they don't necessarily, not everyone's going to know how to move and, you know, how to handle finances and save and all that type of stuff. So the bottom line is Claressa Shields is the breadwinner of the family. It's just what it is. You are the one that made it. You are the one with the talent in boxing. You are the breadwinner. And I believe Claressa Shields is a narcissist. I've already given several examples of why I believe that. But I think this, to me, is kind of showing that, right? Because you have a street named after you. There's no doubt that you have memories at that house. Now, I don't know your whole pedigree, so I don't know how many memories and what happened in the house and good, I don't know all that. But if you had your great granny own the house, your best friend at the time, Nigeria living at the house, when you came into Flint, you probably visited and so on and so forth. If I go through them old documentaries when you were going to the Olympics, I'm pretty sure there's probably footage and pictures of you at that particular house. So to let it get to this, and now, you guys are in danger of losing the house to a public auction, is sad. It is really sad, man. And also from a business, like if we take the humanizing out of it, like if I take the human element, like, hey, this is a family heirloom, a keepsake, memories, and we take the emotional stance out of it, it's still a bad look, even on a business front, right? Because you renovated this place. You put money into this place. And Lord knows if you got any type of grants from the city to do so or whatever. But time, energy, money was spent to rehab this particular house and refurbish it to make it appealing or livable or habitable. You know what I mean? And now what does that matter if you guys can't even retain ownership? I mean, it's crazy. Like you're just dumping in the money into stuff that, for what? Like, what did you spend the money for if you're going to let it go for the low? Now, just to give you guys the proof, because I like to show y'all the receipts, the link will be in the description so you can watch, the full video. But this is Shalita Savage, the cousin of Claressa Shields.
The Genesee County Land Bank. Press 2. For website information.
Genesee County Treasurer's Office.
Hi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you?
Can you tell me if a property is still in foreclosure?
So right now she's calling the county to see if the property's, her granny's house, is in foreclosure.
Sure. What's the address?
607 Spencer Street.
607?
Correct.
Spencer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
She's looking it up.
That property was foreclosed on.
Boom. That property was foreclosed on.
So what does it mean if a property is foreclosed on?
It will go up for auction on September 3rd.
At what time?
You would have to go to the website that has the auction. It's tax-say part that runs the auction.
Okay, so the Treasury's Department will be auctioning that off on September 3rd, though.
Yes, it will go up for auction on September 3rd.
So there is no way for anybody to purchase this property back after it's already been in foreclosure?
At this point, no.
Wow. So the process has already started, and now there's no way to get the property back unless you are a participant in the online auction on that given date. And obviously, presumably, you have to be the highest bidder. Wow.
So the original owner, which was Claressa Shields, has completely lost ownership of this house, right?
I don't see the original owner on my screen right now, but yes, that property has been foreclosed on.
Okay, so
And there's no other information
Is that
No, no. It has to be purchased at the auction.
how much was the taxes on the house for the foreclosure to happen?
How much were the taxes on the house to the point where it got to this foreclosure? This part will shock you.
The taxes and fees that were owed, which will be the starting bid, is $2,785.56.
Oh,
That will be the starting bid.
Wow.
Fees that were owed, which will be the taxes and fees that were owed, which will be the starting bid, is $2,785.56.
Boom. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This house, she said the starting bid is the amount that caused all of this, which is $2,700 and change. So Claressa Shields let a house go that at some point, we'll say, she allegedly had ownership for on her own street. On her own street that was named after her. Claressa Shields Street. She's letting this house go on her own street. I said, the boy got his own money on Spencer Street. A family house going up for public auction due to foreclosure, due to taxes not being paid. And for $2,800, you could have like wiped that out. I mean, again, I don't know how y'all feel, but I can't let no childhood family house go for that low, bro. And what makes it even more shocking for me is Claressa likes to gloat. I mean, she likes to gloat. She says she's the gloat, but she likes to gloat about her money. Doing the money phone and like, I put 90 on the wrist and I'm so loaded, and we know you're with a married man, and most people believe you're having to trick and pay for a lot of stuff in the relationship. That's definitely what Remy Ma said. She said he ain't got no income outside of what he earns from you, which you deny, say he's not your manager. But, oh, now that's a man there. She said, Papoose paid for my flight, my hotels, my car insurance, my car note, and da-da-da-da. Oh, really? So, Papoose, man, these people, I believe, are probably some of the most, if not the most fraudulent couple we've seen. Just think about what I just said. Think! Now, Claressa Shields kind of told on herself on an earlier appearance on The Breakfast Club. She said for Papoose's birthday, she did that little card game where you got two signs and you can't see what's written on them, and the person got to pick. It's like a multiple choice kind of deal, right? And she says Papoose had the option of winning $10,000 or $1,000. So right then and there, that's already a problem, because your great granny house is up for foreclosure for the low, for $2,800 roughly, right? But you were about to give a married man, if he picked a card for his birthday, $10,000, right? And you talk too much. So you told Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club this story and said Pap was heated when he didn't pick the right card. He was mad, visibly mad. And then Charlemagne responds and he's basically like, don't you think that fuels the rumors that you take care of Papoose? And then we'll find out what she said. Play the clip.
Ready. But it was so many other cards, rage room or gun range. $1,000 or $10,000. He was so mad he picked $1,000 card.
He picked $1,000.
Oh my God, he was heated.
He was heated that he didn't get the $10,000. What type of millionaire would be heated because they didn't win some stupid card game with a girl? Like, do you think Jay-Z would be mad at Beyonce if he didn't pick the right card? He got his own money. This shows me that Papoose ain't living the life that you're claiming it to be. You think Jay-Z would be like, B, I wanted the 10,000. I know I'm a billionaire, but why you ain't give me the 10,000? I wanted the 10,000. You only gave me 1,000. It's Hovey, babe. It's perfect. Like, you think he would be mad? I'm mad at you, B. Like, Hov wouldn't be tripping off of that because he got his own money. He got 10,000 that he probably spent on, pistachios. Like, come on, bro. But anyway, she got caught up when Charlemagne asked the question, like, damn, don't you think this makes it look like you take care of him?
Then you went in the booth and you made the song.
Well, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I made a song,
You know,
yes.
people see that and they'll say that fuels the rumors that Pap is with Claressa because Claressa takes care of him. Claressa gives him money.
What?
Why'd she say what? Like she didn't understand plain English.
It was a card game. Is that what they would do with that?
Yes.
Well, I'm saying that's how they paint out narratives. But I would.
But bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks. When she don't know what to say, she start stammering and stuttering. That's what That's what they would do with that? This better be Wagyu beat, but, bleep, 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 bleep. Right? Simple question. Doesn't this fuel the rumors that Pap's with you for the money and you take care of him? Right? But peep what she says. Y'all gotta study. Claressa Shields be like, you YouTubers, you bloggers are lying on me. And her and Pap love to say false narratives. It never affected her. False narratives. Absolutely not. False narrative. They keep saying we're lying, bloggers are lying and got it wrong and misconstruing it and bending the truth and false narrative. And it never affected her. But then I'm doing a video. Was your great granny's house on the street that you had named after you? Spencer Street. Cross Street is Saginaw. If I'm not well researched, then show me the error of my ways and prove that your great granny's house is not on the same street that you just had named after you. You can't just say, oh, these YouTubers be lying. I'm showing receipts. How am I lying when I'm showing the receipts? Like, it don't make sense. But that's all they do. False narrative. Man, it never affected. Look, Saginaw, formerly known as Spencer Street, where your great granny house is on, and I got the tax paperwork, right? And the honorary name got changed to your name, Claressa Shields. So you can't just false narratives. How is it false when I'm showing you all the steps? But anyway, peep what she said to the Breakfast Club when they said, you taking care of Papoose, that's what is going to fuel those rumors. Play the clip.
I'll tell you something, though. Pat pays my mortgage. He pays my car insurance and my car note. And what else do we do? I haven't paid for a flight or for a hotel in I don't know how long. Car note. So, Pat pays.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying that's how they paint out narratives. But
That's how they paint out narratives.
I will tell you something, though. Pat pays my mortgage.
He pays for your mortgage, but why is your great granny house in foreclosure for less than $3,000? If Pap is paying your mortgage, you got it. So your own house is already set. You live in Georgia or Atlanta or whatever, right? So he pays your mortgage, you're good there. So you got enough money to fan it out and do a money phone and put 90 on your wrist. And according to you, you don't have any of these expenses due to Papoose.
But that's how they paint out narratives. But I will tell you something, though. Pat pays my mortgage. He pays my car insurance and my car note. And what else do we do? I haven't paid for a flight or for a hotel in I don't know how long. That's a man right there.
Okay, that's a man right there. So how come Mr. Man that got a job, you said, but is not your manager, but somehow he got a job that we don't know about because his records ain't recording. He's not making no hits. Remy came out with 3 of them joints and a Lifetime movie. Pap ain't done none of that in recent memory, right? So if that's a man right there, why, Rissa? Why is this house up for foreclosure on your own street? Inquiring minds would like to know. It sounds like he paid for virtually every major expense. Like, what woman couldn't save this little house from their great granny, right? To keep it in the family. You don't have to keep family and friends there. You could rent it out. Hey, you're from Flint. You could have a small family in Flint that would love that need that like, oh, hey, we'll be homeless or we can get in this nice old house. You know what I mean? Right? So the math ain't mathin'. Remy Ma said this in a diss song about Papoose and Claressa. You want to be a baddie, but you're not bad enough. The numbers ain't adding up. Rissa? How are the numbers adding up? He pays for it. You listed 5 different things, from mortgage to car insurance to car note to hotels and flights. That's 5 different major expenses that one would have that frees up your money. You just had a yard sale and said you sold all the voodoo dolls, all of the merch. So how come you let the house go and how come it's come to this when Pat pays all your bills? You wanted us to believe that he was paying for everything. Cool. So your money should be very well freed up so you could spend on this. So the whole $8 million in Win Records, we the future, and we the best team, it don't really add up. Papoose got so much money, according to you. You got so much money, according to you. Win Records is the future. How do you have partnership with Zeus, partnership with Win Record, partnership with Salida Promotion? That's 3 promoters. If you're a big deal in times of need, can't you like get an advance from Ruben? Like, man, unexpected purchase came up. You know, I'm in training camp. I need you to float me 10K, 5K, because my great granny house, I need to keep it in the family before it gets to this foreclosure, right? You talk about this Corvette. I got a Corvette. You calling people broke and you got a Corvette and, I took the top off my Corvette. It's so nice. Where are your priorities at, sis? And then, like I said, the cherry on top is the fact that this house is on your honorary street. How you have a foreclosed home on your own street, Claressa Shields Street. So I don't know how else I could have made it any clearer, but this is a bad look. It's a very bad look. You have a foreclosed house that you're letting the city auction off and take care of on your own dang street when you profess to have this much money and life pretty much set up, and Papoose allegedly paying all your bills. Why he ain't give you the $3,000 so this didn't happen? You know what I mean? What celebrity is not facing real financial hardships, but they'll allow this to happen in public to them? Like, just so it don't become a public issue, most people, they would just pay it off if they got it like that. You know what I mean? Because, again, there's really no reason not to. It's a family heirloom. It's not even that much, right? And it really not even that much. Like, for a house, like, I mean, I wouldn't really let any house go for $3,000. Like, if especially a family house, if all I had to do was pay $2,700, that's like, y'all got to come out to California. Our rent be higher than that. Like rent be higher than that for me. You know what I mean? So to retain ownership of a house, that don't sound like a big ask. It's not like a mansion in, you know, Calabasas or something, and to save it you need 12 million. That's going to be clearly harder to come up with for anybody. $12 million to save this home in Calabasas, I can understand that. But this little house, this little, you know what I mean, family keepsake for the 2,700, that sounds like a bargain, especially if you got a Corvette and 90 on your wrist. Priorities, man. Let me know what you think. Continue to support. I'll work on the deep dive video. I got to pull more documents to really, I got to be on point for legal reasons and just who I am as a person. I don't get on here, I say my opinion, but I'm not in here defaming nobody or lying on anybody. That's why I'm so diligent and thorough with my work, so it can never be questioned. I give you receipts. Let me know what you think. Claressa Shields has a home on her own honorary street being foreclosed on. We unpack.